Hello, welcome. How are you doing today? Very early where we are. I was going to go on a little bit later, but I woke up with a tummy ache, but I'm all to blame because I went and had dinner yesterday. Lots of food. So I was up quite early today, and here we are. While people log in, wake up, kind of be aware of me streaming live, even though this has been already uh, quite constant and regular since January 1st. I thought about continuing with this one. I still miss all these, but there you go. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. Don't forget to share, to subscribe. We're very close to 800 subs. It's important when you sub a channel to interact with older videos and let us know what you want to see here in the channel. And I say let us because my cats are here. Kind of puzzled because I'm talking alone and not talking to them. But anyway, so today I'm going to show you a little bit of the experiments that I've been working on during the week. Last Sunday, I recorded a video on pastels using both pan pastels and soft pastels. I finally found the tool that you can guys in the United States get from Amazon, physical stores. But for me, I didn't know I have this in the kitchen and it worked beautifully, kind of the same way. And I think I'm going to use it for a couple of pages. Okay, the secret favorite tool. There you go. I'm going to see what that is later in case you have not seen. I don't know, maybe blood. I put it red. It could have been mud. But I thought about that later. So anyway, I like how the claws turn. This is gel pen, and I just added a little bit of black fine liner to intensify the shadows. The same here with the lights, and of course the whiskers. Let me show the whiskers. I have my studio light here, so it's quite harsh. But the sun is going out. It's going to be a sunny but a very, very cold day. It was very strange. Last night, after we left our dinner party, I was puzzled because I took a very heavy jacket and I was like, oh, I'm going to take this one because it has got a lot of pockets and then I don't have to carry my purse. And I like carrying purses in restaurants and leave them for a second unattended. They have these places where you can hold coats, purses, etc. But never like them. I don't think they are safe. So I took this heavy jacket and I said, I think I'm going to be too hot when we finish. We finish around 10, probably. Yeah, around 10. And we went outside and it was chilling. the air was literally freezing, and we're supposed to be already here in spring. And I was like, where is spring? It's not near, or at least it doesn't feel like. But I do hope that whatever you're watching, your weather is calm enough, good enough. So recycled paper, to show you, if possible, a little bit of the moon. It looks better on pictures, when I take a photo, you get to see these. But I don't want to add that much of a black to the moon, but I could do that. Just a little bit of acrylic, then some color, an eraser to create the effect of the moon behind the cat, and then of course acrylic to eliminate the outline. So there you are. Okay. I'm not going to be chatting much. I want to concentrate in coloring today, but if you have any questions or something, you can leave it in the comments. This week I'm going to be a little bit free. I'm going to be able to prepare the drawing when the moment we hit the 800 subs. You're going to have the link to download my gift, my drawing, original, and then you can use the community page here on YouTube to share your coloring. I might also color it, but first I want to do it, right? I don't have any idea what I want to do. Let me, I don't know if I want to do a human or an animal. Okay, let me just turn down all the volume, see if I can get into my channel. Sometimes my phone blocks itself by no reason. And I decided to start earlier today as I do not have any service provider or cleaning lady or anyone coming today. So I'm not in a rush. And here we are. Oh, I like how the cat is looking on the screen. I'm monitoring here now my channel. I'm going to go to live chat and we're going to keep it there. So I had to close my window because the wind outside is really, really chilly. And I don't like it. It's really not good. I'm not planning to go out. I'll just have to do a lot of things here. Okay. The fun thing, and you cannot see this on camera, but as I have used recently a lot of glittery watercolors, this page also got some watercolor kind of leftovers. I don't know how it got like that, but anyway, it's fun because these trees are kind of shining. Maybe we can give this cat a glittery coat as well. I don't have black, but I do have different colors. I don't know where I put those. I normally move all my stuff around different boxes. The boxes are clear, so I get to see the material that I have. Hi, Devon. Come on in. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can see more of the details on Instagram, right? But I'm working. I'm trying to finish this part, And I'm still thinking what I can use. I'm kind of obsessed right now with soft pastels again. I want to, because the ones that I've got are not very good quality. So they're going to stain everything around, have very cheap oil binder probably. But as I don't use oil pastels for um, anything much, I really don't want to invest on a better set or something like that, and especially not for coloring books. I rather use soft pastels or but I saw your page with your dragon and the background that you created with your pan pastels is amazing. All the clouds. So that page really, really looks really, really awesome. Okay, there you go. Yeah, right. Because we're in different time zones, right, Devon? I'm in the summer, mountain time, and during the winter, central time. So right now, there's a big difference with a lot of the East Coast ladies and gentlemen that sometimes they are joining the streams. So it's like 2 hours difference right now during summer. So some of the Eastern guys are probably already out and about. Oh, so right now we are the same. We're the same schedule, Devon, for the summer until you change back in October. That's when I go to Central Time again. I'm happy we don't have to do that. And I'm going to say it with all the words. I'm happy that I don't have to do that stupid time change. It made me really cranky and sick for 2 weeks to adapt to those changes. And here we really don't have enough light at night to justify the the change. So right now, for example, at 6 a.m., yeah, 6 a.m., we already have sunlight. So you wake up naturally. When we did the change, it was going back to um, dark, dark morning. So waking up earlier, it was really awful. Yeah, I agree. On Saturday, Sunday, 7 a.m. is too early. Yeah. But I'm kind of used to that, as one of my cats is like demanding breakfast at 6 a.m. If I don't do it, he's going to just knock things off. Oh, yeah. The time change is just awful, I never like it. We had it for almost 20 something years or something like that. And I always hated it because there was a time when I was having the early morning classes. So my first class was at around 7 or 7:30 a.m. So in reality, we were starting the class around 6 or 6:30 a.m. So everyone was falling asleep in classes. You had to wake up 1 or 2 hours earlier. So I just hated that. Now that my schedule is a little bit more midday, kind of mid. This is a different. You're going to see me freezing and going going black. My internet is awful as always. But that is not going to stop me from trying to stream. And hopefully I'll be able to co-stream with Carrie or Bew or both of them together. So after I finish this stream, I'm going to check my schedule and I'm going to tell them when I'm available. Oh, thank you for telling me. I hope that really don't go on freeze for more than a few seconds or something like that. But well, it's probably going to be some time in the afternoon. I'm thinking about not overlapping with anyone else who has got fixed schedules. For example, Beth or Mary. But I'm not so sure about Mary going live. She has a fixed schedule, but sometimes she publishes that she's not going live or something. So I'll try. But as this is my only week of vacation time off, and then next week, April 6th, I go back to classes, then I have to use some of the time that I'm free to stream a little bit and co-stream, because I think that co-streaming is fun. You get a lot of jokes and tips moving around and sharing things, and not necessarily that people have to do the same things all the time. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Our elementary school kids, the youngest ones, up to, let's say, 14, 15 years old, they get 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days. The older students, so we're talking about senior high school, college, university teachers in those areas, we only get 1 week. So from today until Monday, April the 6th. And yeah, the youngest kids and their teachers, they are the ones who get 2 weeks. So there are a lot of vacations here, despite the fact that they have kind of extended the school year. They still have a lot of days free. And sometimes they are just messing around, especially in this area. We don't have a lot of kids, but right now they have been really, really misbehaving. So we have been complaining about the parents not taking care of their kids. So my father and I, we live in a gated community. Let me tie my hair because it's getting into the picture here. So we're in this gated community, and we have, of course, security and all those nice things. But normally the cars have a certain direction to go around the houses, right? Because it's like a square. So we have houses here, houses here, houses here. So houses all around and houses in the middle. So the entrance is somewhere here, and the cars go always down the same path, same traffic. There. So sometimes they ride bikes or scooters, or they're running around, and literally they never pay attention to any incoming cars, traffic, whatever. I'm not sure about miles. We use kilometers per hour, so we have to drive maximum 10 kilometers per hour, which is the car barely moving. But suddenly you get to see a kid on a bike, full speed, going your direction, and you have to brake. And then the parents now get offended if you tell something to the kids. And you're like, hey, control your kid. At least tell him or her that they're breaking the rules, right? Oh, okay, good to know. And thank you, Devon. So yeah, you kind of understand more or less the speed that is not really going that fast. And then when we want to pull out in reverse, using reverse, we have cameras. Most of the cars, they have cameras right now. But still, you have this crazy little kid just running in the middle of the cars when they are parked. And last week, there was almost a very serious incident with a kid on his bike riding on the other side of traffic. So this lady she was also to blame. Okay, the lady was not innocent. The kid was not innocent as well. The lady was checking her phone while driving. Sorry, but that's stupid. Okay, if you're moving at 10 kilometers per hour, you should be paying attention because you don't know if another car is going to pull out from this way, or somebody's going to cross, or a pet, dog, cat, whatever. You should just be paying attention. You're driving. And that's what people, and especially parents, don't understand. A car is a weapon, and you have to be extremely responsible when you're behind the wheel. You cannot be texting or sending messages or doing stupid things like that. So this week is going to be particularly hard because we're going to have a lot of kids going and running around. I'm not going out of the city. Actually, the city becomes a touristic attraction. So it's one of the most visited cities in Mexico. This is Querétaro, very. Oops, I got black. What you just don't go downtown during this week. There are a lot of tourists, and national and international tourists in the city. So everything's packed. The transportation is crowded. There are little Ubers or taxis available. And the best way for me to go downtown is to take either the bus or the Uber because the parking spaces downtown are just small, not enough. This page, Devon, is by James Stan. I got it from a Facebook group. I don't have the link here, but if you go to my January 1st stream in the description, I'm going to try to see if I can pull it from here, but no, it doesn't allow me. But well, in the January 1st video during the streamathon, I put a link in the description and you have a file. I think it's a Google Drive where you can get this page and like two more that I have colored. There is a lady. Let me see if the lady is still here. Johanna Basford. Yeah, you have this lady. And you have the cat. And you have another girl portrait. I have a lot of pages to color, but I have a lot of works in progress. So I want to finish all my works in progress. Put a photo on Instagram that I have like 20 something works in progress. And this is one. This is like number 23 or 24 of the WIPs that I have. So I want to finish them before I attempt something new. And I want to work today during the stream with a little bit of this one. And maybe what I'm going to do is add pan pastels. So my birthday is next month, so I enabled myself after being checking for years the all the people have pan pastels, but I had to budget myself. I don't have. They're pricey. They're imported. So we have. Oh, excellent! I didn't know that. So yeah, I would like to see how you do that. I would like to see how you create that grayscale portrait. It's from one of the books that we have here. But anyway, let me go back to the pan pastel thing. So I decided to get us two small sets of 7 pan pastels. And I got the first one last week, March 20 or March 19. And that's my video about. Let me pull this off for a little bit. So I made a video with experiments using soft pastels and pan pastels and different tools. And I have, of course, the soft tools. SOFFT tools. I Okay, so there you go. And I have here, when I use the tool, this is watercolor paper, by the way. So I have here the tools, the soft tools, the makeup sponges that I have. Okay. The blue ones are soft pastels, Faber-Castell. The red and the green, this red, this green, and this orange are pan pastels. This one is activated with alcohol, so it's nice. It stains a little bit, but not that much, but it creates something really, really soft. These, you can activate your soft pastels or your pan pastels with water. So it stains a little bit, but with fixative, there you go. Okay. Yeah, I think that if you already have the pan pastels, it's not really that necessary to get soft pastels. But if you're going to get one, maybe go for something that has got maybe 24 stick bars or 36 maximum. Choose high quality pigments or a brand. But I think you're covered with pan pastels. But I also discovered that I have some crayon color cubes that can be used and activated on top of everything. Here, of course, the paper got a little bit damaged, but anyway, the video is kind of interesting because we did everything live. So I decided to get, I'm not going to take the tools out, but I decided to get, I have here the colors. I decided to get this set with 7 colors. This gives all the colors, and in some cases much better than just having the 4 different ones. Okay, and I got everything here, but I'm not going to take this out. And I have been playing with these. I already have my tools, but these are makeup sponges, and I think I'll have enough with this. The other set of 7, it's a very, very small skin set, also with 7 colors. And I think that with those 14 colors, and they and it's important I choose something that there was um, I'm going to wear those two colors, black and white, a lot because that's exactly what we need. But I really want to finish the pants and artists on YouTube like Jason Morgan from Australia or Christy Rebecca. I think she's from the UK, and they have videos and they show you how to mix any good color. And if you have that set, you have the starter set, one that I just shown, like this one. Get one of these, and here you have your tool for mixing everything that you can. Okay. Oh, so I suppose you love that color. Yeah, it's this one and everything that goes in there, right? Oh yeah, teal is great. I remember it. I used to be obsessed with the teal and all variations when I was in junior high. So when I drew my fashion designed dresses or something like that, it was cool. I used to combine that color a lot. And well, you can get to see that. One of my boxes to keep my material is teal. So there you go. And I like this book because, in a certain way, we call it a green book, right? But there you go. I haven't done much on this one. Let me just pull this other one a little bit away. The sun is coming right now. Good. I'm going to change topic for 5 seconds. It's a good day for laundry because the sun is going to be shining. I don't have a dryer. I hate dryers. So I will do my laundry after my stream. But I found this sea serpent and I decided to test watercolor in the background with pan pastels and then alcohol. And as I've shown before, yeah, you can go through this one and yeah, you can get a little bit of the color off, but not that much. So there you go. Yeah, right. I think this book is also cool. The other book, the red book, is not delivered to Mexico and it's not even available on Amazon. And I'm not planning to get it because this was pricey enough. This was really, really expensive. I have never ever bought a coloring book that expensive. So I said, one is more than enough. So I'm working on the scales, trying to show you the tail without knocking off my camera and see if my camera can do the auto zoom. And I have an impromptu on Wednesday. And if I do any lives or something or cold streaming, it's going to be probably Thursday or Wednesday or maybe Tuesday at around again black screen. So I'm working with Starjoys. I'm working with fine liners, with Stabilo, with Inktense. Okay, there you go. Oh, how cool, Devin. Hi, Bew. Good morning. I just finished watching your stream of yesterday before I went on live and I was laughing a lot. Really cool. I love the way you tell us about paper and different books, things like that. Is amazing. So I'm here showing what I'm using for the serpent. So there you go. Hi, Belinda. Good morning. Come in. So if you wish, we can work a little bit with this one. Okay, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable due to the position of my poles. My poles are here. Okay, but yeah, I couldn't be in your stream view, but I could have imagined the comments and everything. It was just so cool. So let me organize this and show you more or less a little bit of the process. Okay. So let me hold this. Something that I like about these books by Gugeli, and I'm pronouncing it in a mixture of Spanish and English, is that the lines are not that black. So I'm using this AGB brand fine liners that I got like 2 years ago. And they're quite good. They're not really hurting the paper from behind. That's good. But anyway, this is a very open background. It's a double spread. So I think that something like pan pastel or acrylic could cover this up. Sorry, I'm going to go right there in the middle. But this is going to just fall on top of my page if I don't do that. Anyway, I'm using paper towels because this background is watercolor with pan pastels and then alcohol with a brush. So I kind of made the pigment of the pan pastels get into the tooth of the paper, so it doesn't stain that much, even if I go through. It's very little dust that I get from the pan pastel after I have used some rubbing alcohol. So nice. I'm also going to show you after some minutes the tool that you can use for your soft pastels if they're in stick form. I don't want to enable them. I don't want to enable you because you have already mentioned that you don't want to have soft pastels in stick form because you already have what I'm going to produce. Okay, you have the pan pastels, and the idea is to take your sticks and transform them into pan pastels. So no need. So what I do first is go with this nice fine liner. Oops, I don't want to mess it around. But and I'm adding also certain lines. But that's normally what I do. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be enabled more. I have already gotten my birthday present for April, so and I normally get something pricey, very pricey for my birthday. And normally I get art material. Okay. And this year was no exception. So this material that I got for my birthday month was pan pastels. The basic set and another set. So I'm going to stay with 14. Then I'm going to grab my two reds. The priciest thing that I have ever gotten for my birthday, and I have done that twice already. It's a new car. That's what I have gotten. The first one, because my first car, when I learned how to drive, was from a dealer's second used car, but it was a good car. But then one day I just told my dad, you know what? I want to have the feeling, the emotion of getting a new car from the dealer. Sometimes it's not a good business, but anyway, right? Because here in Mexico, they get um, cheaper and cheaper after the years. But well, so my dad said, well, go for it. Thank you, Devon. Totally imagine that. I said, I haven't done anything with red and purples, but you know. So my father enabled me and convinced me. So I saved money so I could have kind of 80% of the car cost or value, what you want to put it. So I went to the dealer and I just, the rest, I got the car, new car. And that was in 2016. And I loved the car, the brand. It saves a lot of gasoline and responds quickly. And yeah, the yearly service is not cheap, but it's worth it. And then, remember, I told you I did this uh, twice. So I changed my car in 2024. And I had a deal with the dealer. Oh, that looks so, sounds so strange. Okay. But they saw my car, the 2016 car, and it was so well kept with very, very low mileage or kilometers. Then they almost gave me like 50% of the value for the new car. So I said, okay, let's do it. So that was 2 years ago. It's going to be 2 years in July because there is a waiting list for that car brand here in Mexico. And I think I'm going to finish paying that car off this year in December. Because I don't want to have that debt anymore. So I'm saving money for that. But I'm still enabling myself with art material, you know. It's quite crazy. But anyway, who knows? I'm still in a safe position so far at the university. So at least for this year, I'll have enough resources. We don't know anything about what could happen in the following months, right? Okay. So I'm adding a little bit of purple here, reds. For pages like this, it takes me weeks, literally. I wanted to finish this page this week, but that's not going to be possible because I really want to explore how much I can put into this paper. The girl has got base layer with star joys and it's yellow, and the hair has got also kind of a base layer of blue. And I still don't know what I'm going to do to contrast her as she's kind of swirling inside the serpent. I use Stabilo for outlining the scales and then adding like 3 small little lines here, like texture. I criticize my students for doing what I'm doing right now. Sorry about that. So when they have art productions, I tell them, don't go and say, oh, it's like all the time. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I should not say anything, right? Because some of my students are very fluent. I have a high intermediate level, and most of them come from families that are well off here. In other words, rich. So they have traveled the world, they speak they're just there because it's a requirement to take the courses in English. So that's why they're there. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you very much, Pew. Okay. The coloring of Devon, fantastic. Definitely. I was giving but I was like, wow, that looks amazing. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. This takes some time. And I normally don't follow exactly the line that the artist provided. I tend to be off centered or off the line. So to give it a little bit more interest on the page. Not outlining this one because it's going to be the shadow. It's going to be what produces the volume. So I do hope this page kind of looks like what I'm imagining. We should grab a tequila shot every time I say like. Now we have two official. But I don't have any tequila here. It's too strong for me. My dad likes tequila because he's from Guadalajara, so he likes to drink tequila. But we need to refill this weekend, so we're going to get some beer and some tequila for him. Let me see my reds. Which reds I'm using here? Oh, I'm using these three. So cheers. Generally, I don't drink much. Just a little bit of beer once a week, and that's it. No more. I'm going to show you that sometimes, well, you saw it on Wednesday, I think, or on the video. No, on the video that I recorded. That sometimes you can find art material in the kitchen. I'm going to pull out one of my works in progress. And if you have any of these nice tools in the kitchen and you don't use it that much, then you can move it to your art room and have fun. First, I'm going to show you the tool that you can have to turn your soft pastels into pan pastels. And you don't need the alcohol binder, you just need a container. So let me just close this one with care and add my paper. I don't want to stain the other one. So oops, the other way around. This is some video. I'm going to show you a YouTube short. I hope the creator doesn't mind. Let me open this up. And this is let me turn off my studio light. To powder. Okay, and how do you do that? That's a fun part. container, sticks, powder, soft tools, Jerry's Artorama or something like that. Okay, and later you can activate the pastels with water. Okay, but don't worry about that. If you don't have any of those, get one of these. This is to infuse your tea. Same thing. I just put a clamp here so it doesn't close. But I grab my sticks and ooh, there you are. So if you have any of these in the kitchen, this could be your best friend for soft pastels. All right, why not? And I have my soft pastels here. So that's why I told you that I might pull out something from the books that I have here. I don't want to use Kirby or something. I was thinking about doing something here. Oh, so there you go, View. No need to, I don't know exactly how much it is. I know that that tool that I've shown you is sold on Amazon. Only Amazon US. Is not delivered to Mexico. So first I was like, oh, that's too bad. And then I forgot about it. And I said, well, I'm going to continue using my stick and my knife. Yeah, no big deal. And then I was rearranging something in the kitchen and I discovered this. And I was like, oh, voila. There you go. Great. This can help. And that's what we did. Let me get my clamp. Yeah. There is a saying there that in Mexico there's no need for artificial intelligence to create things because we are our all artificial intelligence. We are so inventive. We don't have the things, we invent something. So we don't dominate the world because we are lazy. They are creative, but they are lazy. Here in Mexico, when they go and live in another country, they follow the rules and they are very productive. So when they are here, everything is terrible. My sister had these very oil soft pastels. You can tell they're very old. I don't know how old. So I was like, well, dust some of these. You can get to see that they were particularly used. And this was this is an idea of getting some of these colors here. I don't have any soft blues here. This is the softest one that we have. But there you go. Oh, I didn't know that, View. I thought it was available like a regular, like any of the other books. So, but it's cool. It's very, very wallpaper mandala-like, and sometimes that's very tiring. I mean, some pages are like good. Oh, I'm not on camera, sorry. So, yeah, but then you have the wallpaper mandala things, and that's when it gets tiring. And I think that, yeah, I'm not sure exactly if they're going to work or not. I'm going to try and do just a small section and try to stay in camera. But I'm not afraid to mess this up. Because I can go with acrylic. But this is so cool. And if you don't want to do this like I'm doing, okay, You know, I'm going to copy you a little bit, view. Don't do what I do. Not because I'm experienced, just because I like to be crazy and do things like that sometimes. But if you're not sure about messing up, just put your dust in, use wax paper, and then put it back into a small container, and from there you can just use it. I'm going to use cotton. Yeah, I put away all my soft tools, but if you have the soft tools and you don't want to use cotton, you're going to get a smoother um, surface, like with a pan pastel. So you don't need to invest on pan pastels. Just make sure your soft pastel is good quality, a good brand, and you're going to have the effect. If you want something with a little bit more texture, like in this case, I'm using cotton Q-tip, or you can just go around and rub a little bit of, yeah, cotton swab or something. I just go and grab this from the bathroom. And you can do circle motions and create a texture. Don't recommend to blow on this. Much better if you have, in Mexico we have dusters, and they are very effective. A lot of people just say that, oh, how can they use that? But we have dusters made of feathers, and those things clean your dust as anything else. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my. So instead of blowing, you can just use this kind of on top. Don't even touch it that much. You can blow a little bit of what you don't need. Oh yeah, your famous word. Yeah, don't do as I do. But I always say that if you want to see what your material does, you should get it and experiment, and does don't just have it there looking pretty in your desk. Just go and use it with your fingers, with whatever you've gotten. With this, oh, this is, I'm so happy with my stupid invention, but it works. Oh wow, fantastic view. Yeah, here I really want to get one because my skylights in my stairs cubes are really, really, really high, and I need a long stick, and I have cobwebs, and they already came and add all the liquids to get rid of those insects. We're in an area where we have black widows, we have scorpions, and there is another spider that is located in Mexico only, that is called the violin or something spider, and that's really dangerous. It's very toxic. So we need to fumigate and apply. I suppose I can say that. I'm not going to check my vocabulary today, but we call normally these people to go and spray all the corners or areas around your house, so these animals are intoxicated, and when you get to see them, sometimes they appear, especially right now that it's getting hotter. They are leaving their cracks and whatever they were hiding, and now they are coming out, so they become very, very dangerous because they can hide in places like wardrobes, closets, cupboards. And then if you get your hand in there and you're not careful, you can be what? I don't know if, well, bitten because it's a spider, right? The scorpion is stung, I suppose. It makes sense to me saying it like that. But there you go. I think I like this. This blue was not really a bad choice. But I don't have my soft tools here. I don't want to unpack all my pastels here. But anyway. Oh, yes. Here we have, I'm not sure if we have the same type of spider view, but some spiders are like small tarantulas here because we're in a very, very desert kind of uh, landscape, if you want to mention it like that. So it's dry and we have a lot of that. We have rattlesnakes in certain areas. We really don't exterminate those. We have 911 for snakes. So if you find one, like in Australia, if you find one, you call them, um, and they come fast, of course, because snakes are sneaky and they hide. And they grab them and they relocate them because there are a lot of mice and rats that, of course, come along with humans. Okay. But I really, sorry about that, but I really eliminate any spider that I see inside the house. The only ones that I do not kill are we call them in Mexico garden spiders or rain spiders because they tend to populate the backyards and the gardens during the rain season. And those are very helpful because those are spiders that can be very small or they can grow as this big, including the legs. And they eat mosquitoes. And those garden spiders kill black widows. So I keep them in the garden. I'm afraid of them. I really don't like spiders at all. And I have my clotheslines, and they are like in the bushes, and I tell them, as long as you don't climb onto my clothes, you're welcome here. But if I see you inside the house, I'm sorry. You go to heaven. And last year it was very, very rainy here in Querétaro. We had a lot of rainstorms. And, for example, May and June, we had weeks and weeks without any sun, and everything was storms since early morning. And I had like 10 garden spiders last year living. Yeah, I don't like anything that has got more than four legs. And I'm not sorry to say that. I went black, but I'm monitoring my channel here. Okay. Oh, let me do something, Devon. I had forgotten about these, but before you go, okay. So, Devon, now you have a blue dress. Share your channels, ladies, please. And let's help each other. I'm about to get to 800 subs. And I'm going to draw something if that happens. Okay. Oh yeah, when I see a bug, no big deal. 6 years ago, exactly 6 years ago in March was it was March 20 or March 21st, something like that. We had a terrible, terrible hailstorm, and my mom was still here. She went to the garden, to the backyard, and we have some bushes and flowers and beautiful things are growing. But she forgot to wear some gloves and she started raking some torn leaves from the bushes. And she got stung or bitten. We don't know exactly. Later on, we discovered she was telling us, I feel very sick and I feel very sick. And we didn't know exactly what was going on. So we took her to two different hospitals. And oh, thank you, View. Um, and after going to two different hospitals, trying to see what was going on because we couldn't know exactly what happened. But my mom just said that this started after she was cleaning the garden. So in the last hospital, they told us, "Oh, this looks like a black widow," and the hospital was a public hospital, and the worst thing that you can do in a public hospital is see if they have the medicine. They didn't have the spider serum or whatever they call that. And they had to call another public hospital in a location that is 40 minutes away driving. And we were very worried because we already knew that it was Black Widow what had stung my mom or bitten. Okay. Hi, Jane. Welcome. And we had to wait for that one to arrive to the hospital. And my mom, I don't know how she survived almost 24 hours after being, I'm going to say bitten or stung because I'm not sure which one is correct. As I don't like bugs, I don't know what it's normally said. But she got to be 24 hours with that pain. And for us, it was terrible to see that. But she survived that ordeal. So she was strong. But later on in 2021, she went into a very, very severe uh, depression episode. And this is something that I learned that year. When you are depressed, when you are sad, the first thing to get affected is your lungs. So your lungs are weak because you're sad and depressed. And whatever bug, virus, or bacteria or something, whatever gets into your system and you're really depressed, we tried to do a lot of things to not to cheer her up, that's incorrect, but to treat her properly. But literally, she gave in. She was so mentally affected by being uh, told, be inside, 2020, 21. We're not going to mention what that was, but she was very depressed. She was not a person who liked to be inside walls. She was very outgoing and she used to visit her sisters every week and hang out. So, hi, Belinda. Oh, yeah, Belinda was here, no? Yes, but I don't know if I say hello. But anyway, she was really, really sad that unfortunately she's got pneumonia in 2021 and we lost her. And yeah, the doctors told us that it was not an aggressive pneumonia. She was not that affected. Her lungs were not that bad. But it was her mental overall state that literally gave her in. But anyway, there you go. Hi, Don. Come on in. Thank you. Thank you, Devon. I'm kind of better talking about her right now. I couldn't do that the first 2 years. It was really, really hard. Oh, I love these guys. I know that I'm a little bit off camera, but I don't want my paper to snap. But there you go. This tea device is fantastic for just dusting your um, stick pastels. I don't want to enable you, Devon. You already have the best ones there. If you have pan pastels, you don't need to do what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of colors of pan pastels. Okay, I only have these colors. I'm going to mix them later on, but I want to not to use the pan pastels for coloring books. I want to paint something with pan pastels. So I'm going to choose a reference photo, um, maybe some flowers or a vase or fruit or something. And then I'm going to just paint with this. And I want I want to do something like this. That's why I don't want to take them out right now and use them in this coloring book. I'm just doing this lazy background for this working place. Okay, but there you go. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments in chat. Sorry about that if I miss you. Okay, but get colors. It's like magic, right? The color theory kind of opens your eyes when you really know how to explore and not get frustrated. Yeah, this Australian guy who paints animal portraits with um, color pencils, with these things, with pan pastels. They are so mixable that you can create all the colors of. I don't know how many pan pastels there are, but maybe except for, well, whatever. Um, except the metallics and the pearled ones, the glitter ones, you can create anything there. Okay. Yes, that's right. I love that. But it's also satisfying to get new material and to see what you can do, right? And you can see around YouTube. I'm trying to hold my paper here a little bit better, so that's why it disappeared a little bit. I have found videos of creators that sometimes they have a rant on video, and I don't know why the algorithm is showing me these videos, and they are like, "Oh, materials that I regret buying." Okay, and what are you going to do with that? Are you going to sell them because that would be a good option, a second-hand market, and somebody can benefit from that? Or are you going to store them? So it's nice that people tell us that something doesn't work for he or she, but I think that it's a good idea to take those materials and sell them or make them available for somebody who is looking for something secondhand and use it, right? And I have heard a lot of bad comments about Inktense. A lot of people don't like Inktense, and I just love them. Okay. Yeah, sometimes we buy things because they're viral. That's why I'm not on TikTok. That's one of the worst places to be enabled because most of the things are trash. But literally, you just have to give certain materials a chance, and then you'll be surprised of what you can do, right? And mix them because a color by itself might not do much, but if you mix something around, oh, where's my duster? How you can create with white colors different effects. So we have, let me put it on top. If you were not here on Wednesday. Okay. So the Wax Crayon, the Prisma Junior, the Prisma Premier, Polychromos, the original one without any, and if you have some white charcoal. So I made this one to show people that they don't need to have the mega brand to do something, right? And yeah, sometimes we regret things. When I buy something that I don't like, I have a lot of arty moms that are looking for material for their kids. So I sell that material around here. No problem. And I get something. Because of space, I cannot get a lot of material. So forget about the bigger sets or the mega sets. I just don't know what people do with 500 colors. I mean, 120 colors is already too much for me. What I'm doing right now with the Star Joys is that I'm checking which ones I have not used so that they have the original tip that they came with. And I'm using them. And I'm going to use this set until I really have very tiny, tiny, tiny pencils. And when I have the tiny pencil, I'm going to use my extenders. And then I'm going to trash them. And if I need, I'll get another brand. But I have so many color pencils of different brands that I really don't need to get another brand. Okay. So there you go. This is going to be a work in progress that is going to take a long time. But anyway. Okay, guys. So I'm going to let you go because it's already 8 a.m. here, Mountain Time. I haven't had any breakfast and now I'm starving. So I'm going to go and wake up my dad and have something to eat. Organize all my material. I might not color that much today, but I'm going to be watching your streams in the background. I might be on vacation, but I have some writings and portfolios to evaluate. And later today, View, I'm going to send you a message on Instagram on the days that I can co-stream either with you or with Carrie, like the three of us. We don't know. Okay, we are going to have the hell of a hangout if we do that, right? But anyway, thank you very much for coming. If you're watching the replay, help us get to 800 subscribers, please. Okay, I'm going to start drawing and I'll be drawing and putting the shorts. I don't like to draw live because I'm a mess drawing around live and I don't have like enough space. But I'll be recording shorts of the potential gift when we get to 800 subs. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. Have a beautiful Saturday and enjoy everything you do. Oh, thank you very much. Nice. Okay. April, thank you. I'm about to close this one, but you can watch the replay. I started with a cat So if you go back to the first part of this stream, you're going to see a little bit of the cat there. Okay, so hello and bye, April. Thank you for coming. Thank you everybody for coming and like keeping up my with my accent, with my mistakes in English. I'm a teacher, but I'm not a native speaker. So anyway, I make a lot of mistakes. But thank you very much, guys. I hope you had fun and see you around. So bye.